Joining us on the phone now is Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano. And Ed, the time is now high tide on the South Shore. We've been waiting for it. And a lot of people there are worried about, they've been antsy about Superstorm Sandy and whether or not everybody's going to be ready for it this time. How's it looking right now?
Yeah, we're closely monitoring it. We don't have any reports of any major flooding at this time, but we are monitoring it. We have personnel and equipment already strategically placed. And in our Office of Emergency Management, we have cameras on the tide at specific locations that we're monitoring now. We're not seeing the flooding just yet.
All right, and in terms of that, I mean, there's been an awful lot of talk about preparations, that you're ready for any kind of surge, fears of a Sandy-like surge, certainly not in this case, but certainly the possibility of flooding. Do you think you're ready for something more than you've seen before?
Well, when you say you're ready, with the tidal surge, there's not a lot you can do to stop the surge.
Right.
When we say we're ready in terms of response, in terms of if our homeowners become stranded in their home, in terms of trying to, respond to rescue situations. We have now high-axle vehicles. We have Zodiacs. We have our fire marshal, our police officers, our volunteer fire departments are at the ready. So everybody's at the ready to respond. We do have the pump trucks, but they're only effective in certain areas. We've cleared our drains prior to the storm. We've checked our check valves to the best of our ability. And, the tides come in, it's important that our residents follow the instructions that we provide if it becomes a threat to their safety.
Mr. Mangano, any big trouble spots right now?
The biggest trouble right now is on the roadways. With all the plowing that's occurred, is they've created these snowbanks, and we're getting inundated with calls of stuck drivers that are spinning out and becoming disabled on our roadways, which obviously impedes our plowing operation. That's the most common call we're getting right now. And we also want to remind those that are shoveling and using snow blowers to be mindful. If you have a heart condition, don't do that. We have our first fatality of a 61-year-old person that was operating a snow blower. Unfortunately, had a heart attack. So that's something you want to monitor. The other thing you want to monitor, if you are snow blowing, do not blow it into the streets. That just creates a bigger problem for motorists and pedestrians that are out there.
And I imagine it's tough to make progress on the county roads because the storm is still coming down. Do you have any kind of way to quantify how well you're doing in the fight on getting these roads plowed?
Our crew is doing as best a job as possible. Obviously, visibility conditions, stuck motorists impede that to some degree, but they've been fighting back this storm. And if you look at the roadways, there's not a tremendous amount of snow on the lane miles, but the shoulders are inundated with snow. That's creating a problem. There's certain people and contractors that plow out lots and then put the snow back into the roadways, which creates a problem. Some people are blowing their own snow from their residences and businesses back into the streets, which create a problem. But for the most part, they did a great job on keeping the roads passable, certainly for emergency vehicles and those that have to be on there. But it is treacherous out there, and those snowbanks are really causing an issue.
Yeah, we keep thinking a couple years ago what the LIE looked like. It's certainly a different set of circumstances, but it's always on people's mind. And it appears at least that this system of getting people off the roads is a much better way to get roads plowed quickly, correct? Absolutely.
If you look at the LIE, we have all the cameras here. You'll see that they're doing a great job. In there, when the roads are closed, they even get the opportunity to get into the shoulders and clean them up. When here on the county roads, because we keep them open, we don't have that luxury to get the curb to curb, which creates a problem because of cars and the plowing operations that go on the commercial districts. It's a little bit different when you're in a neighborhood road as opposed to a highway. But absolutely, the governor closing those roadways will ensure that tomorrow morning when he reopens them, they're going to be plowed very, very nicely for our motorists.
All right, Ed Mangano, Nassau County Executive, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right.